working above us.
There's a tidbit for you. Coming your way soon.
Yeah, IGL. They're soon to watch out for a team. I think they had a rather
Never mind about
today.
that. Let's talk about this game. So, SAJ,
Hacker
Hacker
once
and Ben.
again.
No big surprises there. Very strong power pick in the moment. Very good and adept at bullying out the lanes. And some
So it
teams
looks
they
like-
just kind of struggle to deal with it.
Wait, before we analyze the pick and ban, it looks like Optimus is back in, and Carrot is now the support for Saigon Fantastic 5. Whereas SAJ will be fielding the same lineup. Next water safety, Lavida, Su as well as Yushin.
So Optimus comes in and is like, you know what, Carrot, you've disgraced the mid lane role for Saigon Fantastic 5. He stamps his fist down and says that, I'm back. It's Optimus Prime.
Yeah, Optimus Prime in his prime, and I wonder why they decided to field Carrot in support instead of Uzi, considering the latter has been playing support for majority of the season.
Well, Uzi hasn't really been playing support all that much. As SF5, they have been rotating the support role around quite a fair bit. We see Yushin actually taking a support role on the SF5 roster quite often, but now he's played Traitor, he's playing for SAJ now. With Su playing the AD carry role, I think Prince still missing in action. Perhaps attending some family business or something.
Yeah. The royal kidnap. Looks to be Rek'Sai first order of business for Saigon Jokers here. Safety will be taking that away. The bans, however, Lulu was targeted at Saigon Fantastic 5, so no Juggernaut today. LeBlanc away from Lavida. Similar bans from Saigon Fantastic 5 despite a rather shaky game previously.
Azizi as well as Lee Sin being locked in
Oh,
for
Zizi.
Rumble.
Zizi isn't
And Jinky.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yes.
Nice
Very good
turnaround.
cover up, J-Storm.
But it's not going to be Rumble pick, so I messed up.
Yeah, it could be the Flex Morgana here. I'm quite interested to see what ZZ takes it on the top lane, or if Optimus plays it in the mid lane, because he has quite a wide champion pool in general. This mid laner for Saigon Fantastic 5 is known to play things ranging from Jace, Xerath, Ezreal, you name it, he can play it, Syndra, TF.
I mean, Orianna base champions
Yeah.
is what he tends to be very proficient on. Initially, there was his breakout champion playing for Saigon Jokers initially. He switched over to Saigon Fantastic 5, found his niche playing some power spike champions such as Zed as well as Jace, 80 champions in the mid lane. Yasuo as well at a certain point of time,
Yeah.
and now Yasuo is kind of out of the
And the thing is,
game.
normally when we look at mid laners, we always say, oh, this guy has a certain style of play, he likes assassins, he likes control mages. I think Optimus has transcended that quite a bit, locking in the Rumble in response with the Corki for Su, which was admittedly one of the better performances on Corki we've seen in the GPL. Well then, early snowball, so.
So SAJ once again going for the Rumble in the top lane. That is one of Nick's Walter's favorite champions. They're able to bully out lots of people, and we will have to see what SF5 will be responding to that with. Maokai, I honestly don't really like it. I mean, Rumble, just look at him. He spells deforestation. He
Yeah.
spells Captain Pollution. And playing the Nature Man, the guy who wants to be Captain Planet.
I don't think Maokai will be going up very well, but OZZ has played Cho'Gath in the past. Then going up against Rumble, if you can get the silence, you buy yourself a bit of space to trade damage very evenly, and CC on command is very good when you have a jungle like Lee Sin, which applies a lot of early pressure. So if you can get that early ganks down onto Nick's Waters Rumble, it could stifle the mid game quite a bit. Instead, going for that Maokai, as you said, don't like that matchup way too much, but it is a good amount of lockup for this Yasuo that Optimus has locked in. We saw Yasuo once again being picked up by teams at IEM. I believe it was GE Tigers, the mid laner Kuro, who played Yasuo, but not to great effect. We'll see if Optimus can reprise a performance and perhaps show up even better.
I mean, here's the thing about Yasuo. You played it against the Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai's ganks in the mid lane are, I have to say, arguably weaker as compared to, say, someone as Jarvan or Lee Sin because of the way the tunnel mechanic works. So if the Rek'Sai doesn't have flash, Optimus can get away with being very aggressive in the mid lane and simply just shoving it up against whatever Saigon Jokers decides to pick up.
I actually disagree with the fact that Rek'Sai right now is in 5.4, once again one of the strongest junglers because of Tremor Sense in itself that provides so much information for your team without having to use wards, and information is so important. The second thing is that Rek'Sai scales really well as compared to Lee Sin. Both build tank, but Rek'Sai does so much more damage and you can have so much global presence with the
I'm
Void
just
Rush.
looking at the 2v2 in the mid lane because of the way the tunnel works itself.
Yeah.
That the gang isn't as potent as, say, a Lee Sin come around, Sonic Wave, oh, that's a kill onto the Yasuo.
Alistair here locked in for SAJ. Su not going to pick that up. Instead, it's going to be Yushin and Kalista for minus. So, knockups aplenty here for Saigon Fantastic 5.
All of the champions, oh, except Morgana, if only they went for Trash over there.
Yeah, that's true. If they went for Thresh, that would have been a rather nice setup for Optimus here, but no worries, Soul Shackles will still do some work if you get good amounts of knock-up and buy some time for that to connect. Saigon Jokers though, fielding a rather strange composition, good mix of AD and AP damage, but still at the end of the day, it's gonna be that heavy poke from Jace and Corki and then the Rumble Equalizer to finish off, something we haven't really seen in this patch, but what used to be very popular in the earlier patches of 5.1, I want to say, yeah.
So talk to me more about the Cow pick in the bottom lane for Saigon Jokers. Previously it was Su who played that Cow, and I have to say I was very impressed by it.
Yeah, the Alistair here functions in two roles. One is that it's a good mitigator to prevent enemy from starting fights. So if Maokai decides to snare, uses his Twisted Advance to get into the team, you can just headbutt him out. Or if Lee Sin tries to be funny and, you know, flank your team, well, you can headbutt him out as well. So the Maokai is the Alistair is a deterrent from members of Saigon Fantastic 5. In addition, it also provides a decent laning phase because you can keep the Corki topped up and trade damage pretty well. Mouse is moving a bit for some apparent reason in the middle part of our screen.
Making the rotations, the early stages of the game now.
It's like signaling the loading, you know.
Chat, signaling the loading. Here we have on the blue side, this is SAJ. And moving over to the right side, we have SF5. The Saigon Derby between these two teams are going to be kicking it off on Summoner's Rift. 15 seconds, the gates are open. And there we go, it's the Morgana. Face palm onto the ground. Not really first blood just yet.
Yeah.
But that is the soul bind over onto Minus.
So choosing Carrot to be his soulmate for today, Minus, rather romantic. SAJ, a couple of members just reprising their roles of previous games. Rumble here for Nixwater, Lavida on Jace, and Su on Corki. So 3 out of 5 similar picks as well. SAJ looking to pick up that 2-0 today, as I think they'll be very happy with that 3 points. Sending them to the top of the table together with Insidious Gaming Legends.
Oh, zooming in over there, not really sure what we're looking at. So some breakdancing from safety, dodging out Jinkies, Sonic Wave, Muay Thai, Lee Sin for Saigon Fantastic 5.
Oh, the taunts!
Bonus damage. Huh.
Deep wards being put in by Minus as well as Carrot here. They're going in very heavily pairing up.
So
Yushin will be there to deter them though, so only one ward at the entrance of the jungle for Carrot and Minus.
I have to say the Kalista is a rather troll AD carry out. Get some free damage onto Yushin over there. He wouldn't be able to recall away that one, so I guess it's a small win for SF5.
Small win indeed.
So I was saying Kalista's a rather troll AD carry. Once upon a time, I picked Blitzcrank in solo queue. Oh, Nixwater, fantastic job over there denying out the sapling start from a ZZ's Maokai. Very well done.
Yeah, that's something we were talking about in the previous series, how you could actually deny the Maokai level 2 rush by going at an appropriate time and having those saplings detonate so they can't clear out the Razor Beaks instantly.
So I was talking about my solo queue story, but looks like it's a little bit too late for that because the Grom has spawned and looks like Jinky will be first to pick that up. He's going to be having a slightly faster clear in the earlier stages, but the fact that Rek'Sai has all the sustain available for himself. Now that's going to be where the advantage comes from. So Lovida missing that shock blast onto Optimus. Yeah,
I'll have to add to your point about how Rek'Sai is so good in the jungle because his sustain is unmatched. And with Lee Sin's Sonic Wave Resonating Strike doing damage of your percentage missing health, I think safety is going to come out better for trades, or better for wear in these trades.
So Su as well as Yushin playing extremely passive in this early stage of the game. Just being outclassed by Minus as well as Carrot, with all that early damage forcing Yushin to add the Q first, and because of that, Saigon Joker's unable to make anything happen in the bottom lane at all.
Sitting in the mid lane is Jinky, coming around from a gank level 2 patented early pressure. Shoved in by Lavida, so there was a great response there to alleviate some pressure onto Optimus.
Now that isn't really the free YOLO gang as we see sometimes some people do the Grom and gank the bot lane or mid lane. He went for the blue up instead, and instead of going for a third camp, he just decided to visit the mid lane a little bit. But Lovida, just knowing the timing of that very well, dodges out that one very nicely with an acceleration gate.
In bot lane, we did see Su take a bit of damage for his trouble safety, knowing that Jinky was in around the mid side. Takes out one Scuttle Crab. He has finished double buff. Yeah, Jinky has just finished his double buffs as well as safety, and safety is coming in from the back for a gank here. No Vision does not spot him out. He does decide to burrow in.
There we go. Focus onto Minus. There is the flash and the first blood going over to Su. They're still on the chase at the moment. Safety gets the second knockup. Carrot down at the black shield, and he's gonna fall. Double kill over to Su.
Yeah, it's a great early lead once again for SAJ here. Safety, the man to make the plays once again, and Su 2-0 ahead or slightly behind in CS. Gonna shove this up recall and get the components for his Trinity Force.
I mean, that should be a Sheen in the bank the moment he decides to recall, but taking a look at the stock of things, it's gonna prove rather problematic for Minus in the next few stages of the game, because up against Alistair as well as the Corki, the hit on the pump rise can be quite problematic to do with. Now Lovita doing well Optimus in the mid lane over here, just trading damage back and forth. Lovita stands his ground, and it is a pretty even trade with both champions dropping rather low. But there we go, it is the portions, and here comes Safety from the sidelines as well. The red buff will not be taking down to Optimus, and Optimus does escape from that one.
Yeah, the exhaust being blown there. I think the red buff wasn't taken down because it used the shield, and without dealing damage to a champion, the red buff will not tick. So great play by Optimus there to kind of micro the damage around Safety, making his presence felt around the map.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know if you shoot it, the auto attack red buff didn't proc.
Yeah, and because of the exhaust, he did very little damage with all his autos. So great player once again.
Optimus showing some mechanical proficiency. We see him going for the Vampiric Scepter first, so that will be a rather interesting option to survive out the poke coming from the Jace.
Yeah, this bot lane, Carrot's just coming up ahead in CS, where once again, Safety visits this bot lane by onto Yushin though.
There we go, Carrot. He has a spell immune to save himself from that one. The Renders prop to slow down onto Saigon Jokers. I thought that could have been coordinated slightly better. Nonetheless, Yushin might find himself in just a whole bunch of trouble right now. The Ren drops into about 200 health, and now Saigon Jokers, they have to back away from this one, despite the Sheen being up for Su. The gank, not really what they had imagined.
Yeah, meanwhile on the top lane now, ZZ as well as Jinky grouped up and managed to get Nyx Water. Managed to kill Nyx Water, excuse me, in the instance. 37 to 29. The
once again, is
now.
this gonna be the run though? The Rek'Sai coming around from the side. Su as well as Yushin. Yushin gets caught up by the dog biting, however. Minus might try to go for this. A spell immune Carrot on point with those back shields. Now Su turns around, throws the phosphorus bomb out, and that will be the end of that one.
At the end of that, it is once again another visit from Safety. A lot of pressure being put down on the bot here by SAJ, knowing that if Minus gets to a point where he can outscale this Corki, he's going to be doing significant amounts of damage. And if he can facilitate the knockup for Yasuo, SF5 has a very good scaling composition. SAJ will hit mid-game power spikes much quicker, but drop off very quickly after that.
Meanwhile, I do believe Nyx Water did fall in the top lane, so that was a kill going over to ZZ in the top lane. So Maokai against Rumble, I would say that most people favor Rumble, but if as a Maokai you're able to get a hit, it still can work in your favor.
Yeah, I think, as I mentioned, it's due to the CC on demand. The Twisted Advance slash Arcane Smash together with Jinky makes any gank rather simple if Rumble overextends without vision.
And here's the thing, you can actually dodge out his ultimate with the Twisted Advance, and that's something we see the big Maokai outplays when they duel 1v1.
Mid lane, Optimus getting taken rather low.
Oh, Optimus and Jinky, they might try to find this one, but here comes Safety from the back lines. Is he going to go in for Optimus? There we go, where is the place? He gets a smite, goes in onto him, to the skies, is going to pick up immediately. Lovita flashes out that one, but Twisted Advance is going to lock down Safety. They're still going to be fighting this one. Safety coming around the side as well. Sonic Wave lands onto Lovita, and Saigon Jokers decide that they have had enough.
Yeah, if you realize that they're small engaged, there was no vision at all. It was the Tremor Sense by Safety that allowed them to spot out Optimus. So this is why I think Rek'Sai is one of the stronger junglers in this patch. You don't need vision around corners. All you need to do is be burrowed down. The Tremor Sense will spot anything out trying to come towards you for a gank.
And now here's the thing about Corki against Kalista in the bottom lane. A lot of people will feel that the Phosphorus Bomb is never going to land. But here's the thing, Kalista is deceptively immobile in the earlier stages because of the fact that you cannot cancel her auto attack animation.
Yeah.
The moment you start that up, any skill shot that flies away, you're definitely going to be eating it.
And she's tricky because she skills with auto attack speed as compared to other junglers who as compared to other AD carries who have rather mobile skills on demand. So if you have very slow auto attacks, you can't really juke out most of the skills.
And as a result of that, we see her picking up the dagger very early on for the bonus 15% attack speed.
Yeah. Dragon available, pings are going down, and it looks like Carrot will be the one to walk over to ward it. There are already a couple of wards in the river.
Blue side ping is going off on the Dragon itself. Rex have a good network of tunnels around the map, but we see him actually dropping extremely low to the red buff over there.
Yeah, he has Void Rush available, so he can just recall and hit to the bot lane if any action breaks out, or the mid lane in this instance. A lot of pressure going to be on Optimus as well as Lavida to get a hit.
Oh, that's a level 6 Callista, one of the enablers for the big Yasuo Wombo combo. I'll wait to see if anything happens out of that one, and now we actually see Yushin looping around the side, seeing if he can make anything happen. Oh, they catch out Jinky over here, safety. He gets the exhaust down. Unfortunately, the speed shrine goes over to Jinky, but it doesn't proc it for himself. Here comes safety. The extra movement speed. Oh, equalizer as well. The knockup doesn't come in. Jinky tries to escape, but Yushin gets the execute onto the jungler.
Yeah, now Carrot's in trouble. The Valkyrie forward by Su. The shock blast will not connect, and it looks like we'll just peel off and do Dragon SAJ. 5 members strong. Teleport was not used by Nixwater, just strolling down casually with the equalizer to help his team out.
Saigon Jokers will be securing this dragon for themselves after taking out their opponent jungler. Once again, a pretty decent lead in the early stages for SAJ. Not as big as the previous game, but as in lead nonetheless.
600 gold is the lead, as you mentioned. Now ZZ tunneling down that turret, just hitting it for all the damage he can output at this instance. It will be the teleport being used by Nixwater to recoup some loss in the top side. But at the end of the day, just a bit of damage for SF5 would mean that their turret goes down slightly quicker if they choose to get a kill onto Nixwater and push.
Here's the thing about Yasuo against Optimus. So talk me through this about the interactions between Gate and the wall.
Yeah, so you can basically block out the accelerated shock blast and prevent majority of the damage from Lavida. But Optimus has to all in Lavida if he wants to kill him, and that's very tricky because sitting on the side is safety. At the moment you cast your last breath, it's go time for safety to just burrow in, unburrow, tunnel in, unburrow, and land a knock-up and help Lavida secure the kill. Of course, exhaust not going to really help you in a 2v1 situation.
Teamwork in the bottom lane helping them. Oh, once again just camping on the top lane rumble. Dying for the second time already. Another kill goes over to the Maokai.
Yeah, the ward will see Yushin as well as Su recalling, so that's going to allow a lot of pressure for SF5 to establish across the map. They're accumulating good waves being pushed around. The reply by safety to the top side to prevent the turret from going down.
Oh, here comes safety, just getting some cheeky damage in onto ZZ, but oh, the arcane smash from ZZ just dropped safety down so low. I kind of have to wonder what runes the safety running.
Now the mid lane CS is even, or rather was even rather closely. I have to give credit to Optimus for how he can manage to stay even despite so much action in the mid lane. A lot of skirmishing and fighting has been going on, and he's doing a very good job of keeping relevant. He also normally skills hyper well in the late game, so you can't really do much in the mid to early.
Oh, this might be a 2v2 in the top lane. Here comes decent safety coming in for the fight as well. ZZ might be in a little bit of trouble over here. Here comes Jinky, equalizer, not that good just yet, but the damage is still there. Looks for the big drop, extreme low safety, tries to turn on Jinky instead, but there we go, it is the kick, and the rip-off is going to take him down. Suddenly SF5 are back in the game, but Optimus tries to go in with the shock blast. Is he able to catch up? The answer is no.
Yeah, Carrot on the side as well will deter Lavida from chasing Jace, not landing all of his damage in that instance, but it's going to be mid lane here for SAJ. They have the man advantage. Minus once again just farming off the side, and I think the scaling from SF5 is really scary here because you have that Callista, you have that Yasuo, you have that Maokai. All of these members, when they hit that 40-minute mark, one of them is going to become a killable tank. The other one's just going to proc static shift crits all the time, and you can't really catch Minus because you don't have any good point and click CC.
Definitely indeed Minus. There's going to be very elusive Callista, and Yushin would be feeling a lot of pressure to find the engagement onto him in the later team fights.
I wonder what the skill order is for Minus in this game because he's been hitting those pierces really well, and normally Callista's level up the Ren first, so I wonder why he's doing so much damage. Instead, going for the Blade of the Ring King, not for the Hurricane team fight build.
I mean, as of late, we have been seeing a lot less of the Hurricane and a lot more Blade of the Ring King. Oh, there we go. Jinky became battled away by Yushin, giving him no chance to perform the insect.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons they picked up the Alistair, because it allows SAJ to just disengage any fight that they don't want or any gank that they don't want, and inform the rest of the team, hey, Lee Sin is here, you can play more aggressive somewhere else.
Now here's the issue for SAJ. Because of all the kerfuffles that have been happening in the top lane, we see this Maokai 3-0-1. And that's a very early round of ages for the Maokai over there. So I think SAJ, they might be feeling a little bit pressured about the potential of this Maokai in the later stages of the game. I mean, they're playing so much poke, they're playing so much magic damage, and against the Maokai, you don't really want to have this unkillable tree that's just destroying a backline.
Jinky here uses the kick,
Yushin might
catches
get
Carrot.
caught out. Carrot does some damage over there, but Yushin is gonna be locked down by the Soul Shackles, but nonetheless he walks out of that one and Carrot is rushed to dash away. Equalizer just dropping down so much damage, safety coming off from the side. He goes in onto the Lee Sin instead, but he doesn't get it. Safeguard over the wall. Saigon Jokers, lots of action happening, but they don't get the fight they are looking for. Optimus now in a little bit of trouble, forced to flash away. Lovita now on the chase, but despite the Saigon Jokers, they will be backing off.
Yeah, Ozizi getting so much time alone in the top lane, extending the CS lead to about 30. Doesn't even have to teleport to join the fight. The rest of his team manages to disengage safely. Now Optimus getting cut off from his route back into lane, has to take the long way around. And it's going to be a bit of damage onto the turret. Saigon Joker is looking very strong here. SF5 a bit lost.
Oh, but there we have Ozizi coming in front of the left side. More good knockup. It is the Yasuo, but here comes Su. He gets exhausted. Yushin is still alive somehow. Su, oh no, Su, you're gonna get locked up. Jinky comes and that is gonna be the Axicant double kill goes over to the Maokai. Ozizi 5-0-1.
Zizi just a huge force in this game, minus in the bot side once again, just pushing by himself, getting CS and trying to equal up the CS lead. Equal up the goal lead that Corki has from his 2 kills. I think the man of that fight was Ozizi with a great arcane smash, allowing Optimus to land priority last breaths and buy time for his team to follow up.
And now the rest of SAJ is still moving back into their own base, which is gonna buy SF5 a nice window of opportunity to pick up this dragon of their own.
With Kalista and the Smite available for Jinky, should be a simple matter of securing this dragon. Don't think safety can get this. There you go, SF5 gets the dragon, the first one of the game. 1 dragon's a piece from both sides.
Now the Ozizi in the top lane, I actually have to wonder how much gold does he have at the moment that he hasn't faced since he was able to pick up those two kills in the middle lane over there. 140 CS, 40 CS above his lane counterpart. This top laner for SF5 is just looking monstrous right now. Yeah,
and the early snowball from Jinky was what helped him out. And there we go, once again Ozizi being the target. Safety and Nixwater taken very low. He could turn this around.
He might be able to turn this around. He's just fighting them back and forth right now, just buying time for spells to come up. He's gonna be running out of mana. Just pop the ultimate, and in the end, he barely misses out on killing safety as he falls.
Yeah, it's a lot committed onto killing Ozizi, but he does recall and pick up Locket of the Iron Solari against Nixwater and Su. That's gonna mitigate a lot of the damage coming in. The binding sails past Su, not connecting. That's a window of aggression that they've opened up. Valkyrie very aggressively forward.
Very aggressive plays coming from SAJ, but they aren't really finding the fights that they want to be taking right now. Jinky looping around the side. Is he going to be finding Nixwater? He gets stood up by the Electro Harpoon. There we go. It's equalizer. Jinky kicks him away. It is the kick into it, and the ray buff is going to take him down. Just with the right amount of calculation, but Lovita from the side just goes boom and takes him down. Su does find Carrot, however, and there's going to be a free pickup. This game is just so weird.
Yeah, devolving into chaos all across the map. Just people getting traded 1 for 1, 2 for 1, and now let's take stock of the situation. 2,000 gold to hit SF5, minus with a huge amount of gold himself. Blade of the Ring King completed, but the top turret going down for SAJ will equal up the lead just a bit. Optimus, though, just pushing on the bottom side, has the static shift, looking to go for the Blade of the Ring King with the Vamp Scepter in his pocket. SF5 gonna scale up very scary in a matter of minutes. It was the return buy, so instead of Locket of the Iron Solari, it was the Spirit Visage here for Maokai. Ozizi, the great frontline tank for SF5, their sole salvation.
This is 5-1-1. Oh, Optimus might be walking into trouble over here. Tries to get a little bit physical, but here comes the rest of SAJ. They're looping around the side. Here comes the Ellison and everyone else. He gets the knockup, but oh, it's the surprise cow. Once again, another knockup pickup. This time it's Nixwater who gets the kill. Lion Tree's command already completed.
Yeah, and there's a lot of damage onto that one Rumble. If you can lock up enough people with a hit, but Equalizer on top will spell disaster for SF5. Ozizi just time after time, just split pushing. Jinky finds safety here.
And now safety, Jinky with the interesting place. He has the speed shrine, so let's wonder how much advantage is that going to be giving him. Lovita tries to get the execute onto him, but in the end it is Yushin who just goes moo and gets the kill.
SAJ just grouping up so aggressively and finding picks one after another. A bit sloppy from SF5. They need OZZ to be around to be the frontline tank for them, but instead they're just picking really bad fights all across the map without any good vision. Binding catches onto Yushin, Unbreakable Will is available.
It looks like they're not going to be turning that one around. Su is a little bit too low on mana. He has to back off. Trinity Force is completed already, so he needs the spells to be able to fight in these team fights. Minus as well, low on mana, so both 80 carries not really having all the resources that they're looking for.
And during that downtime, Levita managed to get the bottom tier 1 turret, so a lot of gold going into the pocket of SAJ. Just ambient gold all around. Closing the goal gap to about 300-400 now. Optimus moving very aggressively forward, wants to get a knockup.
There we go, it is gonna be the last rep, just using the right amount animation cancel in between. And Optimus, that was just a masterclass in action of how to play Yasuo.
Yeah, Carrot coming in for the cheeky assist with the Black Shield. Optimus showing us why Yasuo isn't too bad of a pick after all. With the BS sword, looking to go for the BT instead of the Blade, the Ring King, and that shield overflow is gonna allow him to be in the thick of things when fights break out.
Bomb alarm from safety. Oh, where'd the camera go? Okay, back on Yushin, the golden cow.
3-1-0 here on this Corki. Su has been doing a good job getting ahead. But all the time Minus has spent alone has allowed him to grab a very big CS lead. They should start sieging now, SAJ. Su is rather strong. Lolita has picked up his Muramana.
Oh man, they might find Optimus over here. They do spot here. Jinky kicks away, but here comes the equalizer, and the lockdown from the Alistair is just so good right now. Yushin's gonna get a kill. The auto attack, one more should be able to do the trick. Su comes in, rocket fires, double kill over to the Corki.
Yeah, and that was the combination we were talking about. Headbutt pulverize onto a good equalizer will clean up members of SF5. They shouldn't be overextending like that without enough vision. Take a look at the minimap, just no wards on the side of the rip buff for SF5. SAJ, however, doing a good job taking advantage of all the weaknesses SF5 has exposed themselves with.
I mean, suddenly, SAJ, with the myriad of kills that they've been able to pick up in the last 5 minutes, they're back in the game.
Yeah, they are back in the game. Mana Moon and Boots of Lucidity for Levita. So cooldown reduction, armor penetration, and all that good stuff for Jace here. 5-1-0 Corki, looking to go into that Bloodthirster. Runan's Hurricane as well being completed on the other side of the map by Minus. So both teams rather equally matched in terms of power and gold here.
Well, we usually joke about Maokai going for the Captain Planet. At this point of time, he's becoming the avatar. He's mastering elements one at a time. The purple, the green one, and now he's going to be going for another purple one. Rendwin's is purple in color too.
Oh, Rendwin's is kind of silver, so maybe that could be Earth.
Metal bending.
Yeah, metal bending. Bomb alarm has been used. Oh well, in this case, to get closer to the fight, Dragon is up in 7 seconds and Vision's only in favor of SF5. A lot of wards around the river, but with the Tremor Sense, Safety will be able to spot out anyone that's walking around. Speed Shrine goes over to SF5 as well.
SAJ, they will be starting up the Dragon. Not sure if this is a mistake, but they have the priority on it and they will be busting it out really quickly. Yushin to speed up and zone out the Jinky from that one.
Yeah, just a great momentum steal by SAJ there, knowing that they could sneak it away with more members there. Next Warrior still not grouped up with his team, instead choosing to push the top lane. He has teleport and equalizer available, so he can join the fight whenever he's needed. SF5 playing on the back foot now.
I love the way SAJ is just abusing the power spikes around the map and just bullying out the side of Fantastic 5 at all once again. This is almost seems thematic. Usually seems to almost want to be eating those dark bindings. Every time he eats them, he just starts spamming the taunt.
Yeah. And that's what you can do as Maokai, because if you eat the bindings and they decide to pile onto you, well, Unbreakable will reduce all that damage. And speaking of damage, Minus gets caught out.
Go in for Minus. Su does get exhausted up. The Soul Shackles on Carrot is going to lock up the Corki under turret. Safety might be busted down over here, but he's still alive somehow. And Yushin comes around from the side. Safety makes it out. That one, Lovita recalling in the middle of the fight. He's just showing the mana moves right now.
My goodness, J-Storm, this game is just so much teetering on the wire. Jinky finds safety, does not connect with the Sonic Wave. Headbutt away!
Oh, Yushin with the plays, the bro play to save safety. And that one, next water does fall in the bottom lane. But now we see Lovita again. Oh, the Dark Body hitting and misses! What were you doing? Now Su, he tries to find a return kill, but Minus is just hopping, skipping, and jumping his way to victory.
on the ball lane, look at this,
lane.
Optimus!
Come on, Optimus! Oh, is he gonna escape? He's trying to do it out. Lovita misses the max range strike coming in. Oh, here comes the Rumble as well. That should be the end of Optimus.
Yeah, he does manage to push it in all the way. The kill, wonder who is gonna go over to. Okay, goes over to safety, so not too bad. Would have been nice to give it over to Lovita in that instance, but SF5 still gets a lot of objectives off the map now. Minus just pushing and pushing in the mid lane. Safety goes on him, creates a bit of damage, but Minus is just kiting away. He's gonna get away with this. LZZ in the back line coming to help out.
Oh, but the equalizer has been dropped. Minus still in a little bit of trouble. The Shockblast does pick him up, but meanwhile Safety just doing out with the Maokai. Azizi popping a little bit too late. He doesn't get the execute, and meanwhile Nick's Water on from the right side is going to be a double kill for Lovita. Can he make it a triple? They're still on the chase right now. Flash not available for Lovita, but now they catch Azizi. Exhaust has been dropped. The Maokai just not thinking of right yet. The 80 damage from Lovita. He does so much. Oh, lost the flash away on Azizi. He gets the back shield right now. Does he get it? The headbutt from the cow. The power price. Where is it? The hammer strike does come in.
Oh!
And Lovita just pick up the killing spree. It's a delayed triple.
Delayed triple over for SAJ now, and they can start sieging the shield, going the wrong way. Optimus gets knocked up.
Optimus! Oh, Optimus! He's gonna be falling. I'm going full Shielabu right now. Oh, Optimus!
SAJ just making it through to the game, just doing so much across the map. Utter chaos, and they are thriving in this so well. First inhibitor will go over to SAJ. Minus just back in the game, kiting around. Yushin will be the one to do the honors and take it down. Q will connect.
Damage on the side. The kick this time only gets the execute. You might have been looking for more. Su doesn't get locked up just yet, but the Ren almost takes him down to get the return onto Lovita. Su has to run. Throws out the Morgana. Does he get it? Forced to joke around right now. Triple kill. This game just going back and forth. SAJ, they do get the inhibitor. Does SF5 want to pull the trigger on this Baron?
Baron is available. Ozizi is alive and they're grouping up. They're walking over their 4 members of SAJ down. The red buff into Baron would be the smart choice here. Top wave is pushing in as well for SF5. Wonder what they'll go for. I don't think there could be a defense by SAJ here.
Well, there could always be a steal. You don't have to go for the defense, but you always can go for the steal.
Yeah, you can go for the steal indeed. Safety using that Void Rush to get into range here. Minus taking a lot of damage, but hearing that, SF5 decides to back off. The smart move. Safety looking to find Minus here.
And just look at the amount of attack speed coming from Minus. That is a very large power spike. Build a King into Arena's Hurricane. Just hop, skip, and jump wholly true.
And that's the thing that SF5 are looking for, the late game to mid to late game power spike that Optimus as well as Minus possesses. Static Shift Bloodthirster will mean that Optimus will be dealing a lot of damage in these fights, and the Q connects onto safety, but I don't think Jinky wants to take that.
So SF5 a good back away from the Baron in the end. Now SAJ, we'll have to see what they will be able to make out of this one. They have the pressure in the mid lane now with the inhibitor down for themselves. 2 auto turrets, they stand in the way.
5-3, SAJ higher up on the board with the turret takes. Baron will be rather important in the next fight. Both teams just baiting around the area, looking to control vision. 1 minute and 13 seconds on Dragon.
Optimus with this split push the entire game, he hasn't really been participating in all of these team fights, but he has been a constant target of SAJ because he's just been split pushing this bot lane wave. And SAJ has been repeatedly sent people to deal with him.
And the issue is, if you send 2 members to kill Optimus, well, they would just take Baron. SF5 are looking to move over to that side now.
Are they going to go for him? Here comes the call from the sidelines. Hey, but it's a power price safety. He's just being played ping pong with right now. Lovita comes around from the side as Saracen gets shock blast. Good wall to stop them out, but is that enough to save himself? Now here comes Su from the sidelines as well. Safety goes in, but he doesn't have to knock up just yet. Red will be slowing him down. They do get a knockout to Su, but here comes GK, kicks away. Lost rep on the 2 people. SAJ just 2 spare right now. Lovita needs to be caught up. Azizi catches him out as well. That is going to be him falling in this process. Safety tries to escape away, but the poke and stab from the Yasuo is just too much to do. If SF5, they win a 3-for-1.
3-for-1, and the bot lane is pushing out. Optimus finds Yushin. They're doing such a good job this game, just tooling members of SAJ around. Coming from the side, Jinky decides not to pressure it. Looks to be Dragon, excuse me, Baron that they are going for. Minus and LZZ. LZZ such a big tank now.
Count the pin cushion, that's 5. 10. 15. 20. Oh, I'm bad at this.
Yeah, you are really bad at counting these stars. but Jinky has joined this Baron take, and now SF5 in the driver's seat to pick up this Baron buff.
It's kept to 27. No, those are the Baron stacks. Those aren't the Ren stacks.
Ren was used to pick up the Baron SF5, all 5 members with the purple buff.
You just cheated on my feelings over here. You just trolled me so hard. I was so sure I was calling the right number.
Dragon on the other side of the map being taken once again, so SF5 very far ahead now. They see stuck in the pit without any friends. Except Yushin, who is coming around the side.
Oh, but here comes Jinky, goes around the side. They do find Yushin. Here comes Lovita as well. Safety. Here's some knock-up to multiple people. Optimus comes out. Equalizer is good. They do get Jinky after all. It's a now 5v4. But Su goes down. That is the 80 carry. Minus is still alive. Yushin.
Oh my goodness.
Get him. Minus right over the wall. Safety tries to come around. Uses the tunnel. Beyond the ring kick is cutting back and forth. Is he able to get it? He does get the execute. It's going to be the shutdown. Yushin on the run right now. How much can Safety do at the moment? Carrot is still running away. Azizi, can he stop him? He's gonna be able to lock him down.
The last member of SAJ will be looking to fall down now. Triple kill over to Azizi. Great play coming into SF5. It's a clean ace. Oh, excuse me, not clean. 3 members going down for SF5. And now, with the inhibitor in the mid lane going down though, SF5 are on the back foot.
Just look at the number of turrets still in the mid lane. Whoa, what were we doing over there? But let's just look at the number of turrets in the mid lane. It's still all up for SAJ. SF5, they need to start taking up these objectives. They do have the Baron buff, however. So, I mean, I have to wonder for SAJ. You did lose the fight, but you were able to remove 3 of the Baron buffs from the opponent's side. Questionably worth?
Yeah, definitely worth, I think. With the inhibitor going down, they got a lot of good damage onto the Nexus turrets. Now, SF5, they have to reprioritize their objectives. Start taking turrets, as you mentioned. Going for some deep vision, gonna spot members of SAJ out. The Baron buff is still available for Azizi, and that's a good thing. Safety caught over there with Jinky, but no prior or further engage.
Slow being dropped down. Here we have Jinky on the sideline. Oh, Jinky, what were you doing? Equalizer this time, he does miss the combo, so Minus wasn't able to lock the, and because he was knocked away by that one, he's able to throw the ball, get it back to this one, so Shackles, the combo is real! But where is the Yasuo? Still pushing the bottom of the SAJ, they do find this fight, but the question is, are they able to lock down Minus? The back shoot is just so good right now, but Minus, is he able to survive? Oh, he does it! He does it! Minus escapes away from that one, but now Su with the backline, Azizi still on the chase, is Su gonna fall to the Ray buff? Oh no, he's not gonna be able to, but the cow does fall, and now Minus is still on the chase onto Su. Is he able to get us a kiting? He
has the GA though, so he could rush him.
One more. He doesn't get it.
In the bot lane, Optimus going heavy onto Lovita. The exhaust was blown, the knock-up not connecting onto Lovita.
Through flash and the wall is true as well. Lovita comes around from the side, but Optimus doesn't have enough damage. The answer is no. Hammer to the face. It's hammer time as Lovita takes Optimus down with the 1v1.
25 to 24. Minus still on the chase on Su. Pops the heal, tries to get away. Oh, so much damage returned, but Su eventually goes down to Minus here. 26 to 24. 6,000 to go. The hit is SF5, but they don't have any good presence on the map now. Azizi just fighting it out with
level
safety.
17. Azizi is level 17.
Yeah. He said 2 and 3. This tree is nigh unkillable at this point in time. Just a huge force to be reckoned with. Off on the side, Carrot coming for some support. Jinky is still looking for that flank. Has been paying the price quite a bit this game.
Oh, there we go. The Prey Seeker to spot him out. Lovita just shooting out the shot blast over there. A Minus. They've been trying to pick it up time and time again. I do believe they will be again. This time Minus will be falling. How was he healing up in that one?
There's the GA being popped, so he does heal up now. Carrot going in deep, does not have the Zarnia's Hourglass, will be looking to lock members of SAJ up. The first one to fall is Jinky, and then the members of SAJ are collapsing. Azizi, such a huge frontline force. Su going on to Azizi, he's trying to run away, does not get away. 4 members of SF5 going down, and the back Jinky just moving on.
Could this be game?
Could very well be game here. Optimus, the only last man standing of 5 members. Yushin a bit low on health, but he will be able to heal up safety, just leading the charge.
Now SAJ, they're just hitting for broke right now, powering down the mid lane. They're heading towards inhibitor. They definitely will be able to pick up this one. Oh, it's a pause. Oh, anticlimactic.
So let's take stock of the situation here. SAJ won that fight very convincingly by catching out Minus. He was the sole damage source, and Optimus was not present in that fight. a bit sloppy from SAJ here.
So while we settle some things over here, we have to wonder what's happening with SF5. I mean, they had this fashion brilliance, and then they kind of went full Lewis Bond on that one.
Yeah, they really went full Lewis. Honestly, SF5 just very questionable with this game. The roster swaps as well, not convincing me. Carrot in support, yes, he's made a couple of good plays, but I still think that the original lineup was best. We saw that multiple times in the IM qualifiers, even in the group stages of the first group stage rather. I think SF5 here just have to re-examine their shot calling and teamwork as a whole and as a unit.
So, into this pause, I have to ask, what do you think is the mentality going through SAJs? I mean, I can just imagine the players are down there looking at the dead time as 14 seconds. There's an inhibitor.
If I
The wave is with us.
well, according to regulation, they're not allowed to chat during the pauses, but if I were them, I'll start calculating how much damage can I deal to the Nexus when everyone is respawning. Who can I ignore? So if Jinky spawns first, can we ignore Jinky? Can we ignore Minus?
380 champions on the side. Corky, Jace, as well as Rek'Sai.
Yeah. Just take a look at the goal. My goodness.
Gonna be really close. They might be able to do it.
Minus is 3,000 gold ahead of Su. That's 2 BF swords.
What I felt should have been done is that in this entire build-up, they should have had safety, drop a tunnel on the way, so that even if this all-in fails, they can try for a sneaky backdoor.
Yeah, they could.
Grab the tunnel, TP into Rumble, and to the X back A.
Yeah, honestly, with Rek'Sai, you can never know when his Void Rush is up, considering it's on such a low cooldown. And like you said, if you drop a sneaky tunnel in, the rest of SAJ just keep SF5 occupied, don't allow them to recall. And I think Rek'Sai would do a very good job of ending the game if the Nexus was alone. But if the Nexus turrets are available, then maybe not so much of a good idea.
So into the pause. Rotations in the center of the screen. Rotations, rotations.
It's been about 3.5 minutes, or 2.5 minutes, sorry.
Come on, guys. Get on with the game. Oh, it's killing me. So anxious to find out what's happening.
The suspense is too much for J-Storm.
So I think we might be switching out to something over here because there seems to be another problem. So I'm going to have to check with production on what's happening.
Yeah, apologies for the small technical delays, guys. Unfortunately, we are not playing on the live server, so we will be swapping over. I believe the game has ended at this point in time, but I think on our server client, it just went down. The internet was not doing too good. We are unfortunately on Tournament Realm, Taiwan Tournament Realm, excuse me, so the ping tends to be a bit of an issue sometimes. As you can see in the bottom, the game, I believe, is still going on. We're about 2 minutes behind due to that pause. The push not coming through despite the timers, I believe. SF5 rallying in the mid lane. SAJ, however, just doing their duties, pushing up the wave safety. Use the Void Rush to get to the top lane. Vision being put down and cleared out by Saigon Fantastic 5. Optimus, nowhere to be seen though. Oh, there you go.
So they spot each other out. SAJ trying for defense over there. So, just hyping the all-in or nothing from SAJ, but they didn't go for it in the end. Dragon spawning in 45 seconds.
This will be the third Baron of the game, will it not?
Third Baron, I believe. Yeah.
Third Baron of the game up in a minute and 20. SF5 sneaking around furtively. SAJ looking to do so as well. In the top lane on ZZ, just a huge force to be reckoned with. 10-3-3. How often can you say my Maokai in the top lane is 10-3-3? And speaking of that, Yushin coming in. Elixir of Iron was popped, but almost deals no damage to Azizi here. Su has joined in the fray. They're trying to collapse on him, get him as low as possible, but meanwhile, SAJ just not really mobilizing. 3 members all grouping up here. In the mid lane, SF5 though.
The Maokai just so tanky right now, but is he gonna be falling? 3 members dedicated to him. In the end, Su does get hit, but on the other side as well, without the Maokai, what will SAJ be able to do right now? SF5, they're facing a deficit. They're gonna be trading this for the Dragon. Is SAJ able to steal that one away? Baron will be spawning in 30 seconds. Maokai will be available for that one, including a TP as well. So SAJ, they do find a kill, but the objectives go over to SF5 in the end. Oh, safety might find the kick, might find the engagement again. What? That was full Lee syndrome. Lee Sin just went on to that one. Excellent. That the kill, the equalizer is good as well. Catches up two people, minus, forced to pop Carrot and just drag him away from the danger zone. Now safety chasing in for the kill here as well. The dog biting lands onto Nick's Warrior, Yushin as well as Lovita heading on over to minus there. Just throwing down a few of the Resistex to see what he can do. Now without Jinky, the Baron is definitely an option for SAJ here.
At the risk of sounding a bit offensive, this game has gone full solo queue, I have to say. They're just trading kills left and right. Jinky, uncharacteristic mistake. They're just taking the queue into 4 members, and now Baron live. SAJ will be looking to secure this.
They're starting out the Baron right now. SF5, can they stop this one? The entire team is grouping in. Jinky has just respawned, but he's not going to be available for this one. Azizi not even going to be teleporting in. The Baron is secured by SAJ. Is SF5 going to fight this one? Yushin might find a fight over here. Is he going to get it? Azizi gets knocked down. Nick's Water around the side. No equalizer just yet. SAJ, they need to play this one very carefully, but safety in the backline. He does fine. Minus cutting away right now. Yushin comes in from the backline as well. He gets kicked out. Then what Optimus does go on to Lovita, but still gets exhausted. Carrot with the form and ultimate. He does like the stun, but he's going to fall in the end. Jinky falls. Optimus falls. Carrot falls as well. It's just left with minus at the moment. SAJ, somehow they're turning this game around. Su's still alive, and the amount of damage he's doing to Azizi is just unreal at this point of time. Can the Maokai turn this around? He gets the shutdown to Lovita, but it is a 4-for-3, and SAJ with the Baron buff, they're going to be pushing down the mid lane.
Yeah, the goal was square even now. I don't think Minus can defend this. He did a great job of kiting around. Even just the equalizer being blown on one person to get him down. But SAJ too far ahead at that point in time. Safety in the backline, wrecking havoc in the backline of SF5 now. Minus trying his best to defend. Look at the top lane, just so much damage. Excuse me, so much of a wave being accumulated, and the turret not very healthy either.
So just jumping left and right, the Resistex all going down now. SAJ, they have 3 members now with the Alistair respawning, but SF5 side also all the members will be respawning soon. So it looks like SAJ, they will just be going for the outer turret with this Baron buff.
Carrot walking up to the top side to defend together with Jinky. They don't have enough vision in the jungle, so it looks to be Jinky's job to get some for his team. Full damage, Lee Sin not really paying off this game. Although the fact that Azizi is a huge tanky front line is not helping either.
I mean, despite all this fights going the way of SAJ, SF5 somehow they still have a slight goal lead.
And this late in the game, it comes down to one big fight. If you can take that fight, you can probably win the game with 50-60 second respawn timers.
I mean, talk to me about the trinkets that they have been picking up.
Yeah, 2 upgraded greater trinket wards. You're gonna give them 2 wards each in their inventory. So despite being maxed out, members of SF5 will be putting down wards. Trying up as well for minus, so a lot of vision here.
He's got 2 levels on the Jinky. I have no idea what Jinky is doing. Now Nick's Water will be able to duel him out, and that's gonna be the solo kill onto Jinky. Jinky, please!
Yeah, in the mid lane though, Optimus, Carrot as well as Minus are grouping up, so both teams just trading objectives here, just rushing down. In the top side, Lovita gets the turret, and they are on the inhibitor turret in the top side. It will be OCC that will have to defend.
Top laner against top laner in the defense, but it's 4 members for SAJ and 3 members. Lots of AD coming from SAJ. They might be able to end the game just right here. Azizi is going to be the focus. They're going to be bursting him down so low. He jukes through the base game. SAJ, are they going to defend? Are they going to go for it? Su as well as the support. They're turning around for this one. Safety returns for the defense here.
This is
now
full solo
on
queue.
the Nexus start. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Check the other base. They get Carrot. They get Azizi. SAJ, do they take the game? Optimus, there's no way he can recall right now. He's trying to go back.
Nexus start number 1.
That's Nexus start number 1. Minus, is he going to get the kill? Is he going to get safety? He gets knocked up. Nexus start number 2. That's going to be the Nexus. SAJ, they're going to turn it around. They win the game.
SAJ with the 2-0 now. A lot of misplays coming from both teams, and you know, at some point in time it was so chaotic, it was really hard to keep track of what was going on, but I think it was Jinky who was the one that was making a lot of unrecoverable mistakes, just finding 1v1s and getting called out.
So I have to say, that was a fantastic game in terms of sheer action that we were able to get. Lots of split pushing, lots of team fighting, picks happening all over the map. 15, 5, and 10 on Lovita and Yushin on the Alistair.
Gold. That is an insane amount. The next closest would be Minus on Kalista, and to be fair, he was farming away in the bot lane majority of the game, only arriving to pick up kills. 12, 4, and 4 against 15, 5, and 10. Great job by SAJ there just to capitalize and pick up the 2-0.
So let's take a look at what will be happening on Saturday as we bring up next the next round of matches here. So we will be having Bangkok Titans against Umphot Ultimate with Kung Fu Cycle and Fu Lewis against 269, and perhaps a game where Fu Lewis will be seeking revenge.
Yeah, and guys, don't forget the games on Saturday do start at 2 p.m. Singapore and Malaysian time, 7 a.m. CET, and 10 p.m. at PST.
And on Sunday itself, we will be having SAJ return against Insidious Gaming Legends, and we have to see how these two teams fare now. I mean, I'm really pumped for these series of matches, and Aces Fate play against Saigon Fantastic 5 in the second series of the night.
Yeah, definitely going to be an exciting one to watch because that's more or less going to decide the standings of the group. At this point in time, it's very little leeway to play around with, and those teams that have established a good lead are hoping to keep their lead. Those that are behind, maybe looking for some consolation prizes and points.
But nonetheless, all the groups still really open at this point of time. But with that, we have to thank you for joining us tonight and watching some exciting GPL Spring Season 2015 action.